Newcastle United have accepted a bid of £10 million for Miguel Almiron, but will the Toon be replacing him this January? Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. And I say replace Almiron, obviously he's already been replaced. We've got Jacob Murphy there. Do you know what I mean? All the credit to Isaac at the minute, and Tonali, and even Gordon's on a great run of form. But Murphy, once more, last night, in and amongst it, causing defenders nightmares. You know, his goals and assists lately have been tremendous. He's been fantastic on that right wing, and the 9 wins in a row, a lot of credit does have to go to Jacob Murphy. The balance that he offers on that right wing, the energy, the enthusiasm, and his output in goals and assists have been sensational. Alongside, obviously, record-breaking Isaac, who's now on course to try and attempt to break Jamie Vardy's Premier League record of 11 goals in consecutive games. Isaac's got 8 in a row now. Can he get 9 this weekend and continue? I think so, and I hope so. But we'll talk about Bournemouth in tomorrow's video on Friday and react to Eddie Howe's press conference and hopefully some more transfer news. But the transfer news today, Thursday afternoon, is that Miggy is on his move back to the States. He's back to Atlanta United, where he was a bit of a cult figure over there, to be fair, and we signed him for a club record deal several years ago now, and he's heading back to the States. So good on him. You know, what a way to round things off his career there. 30 odd now, go back to where he made his name over there in the MLS, and Newcastle are getting a very good bit of business for me out of this one. 10 million for Almiron. Like I said, he hasn't got ages left on his contract. Like I said, he's in his 30s now. He's out of favour. Only one start, I think it is, this year in the Premier League for Almiron. So Newcastle have done very well there to get that kind of money for him, I think. You know, Charlotte were linked last year with turned down money. There was rumours that were happy to accept 5 or 6 million at the start of this January window, but did reject offers in that region from Brazilian clubs. But Miggy never wanted to go to Brazil, never wanted to go to Saudi, like last January and stuff when we were getting offers for him. But he does want to go back to America, and he is going to be heading back to Atlanta United. And the Chronicle, The Athletic, who originally broke this last night, and now Sky Sports and everyone else are getting on it, saying that the deal is done. Pretty much done anyways, and they expect it to be finalised very soon in Almiron to make that move over to America in the next couple of days. There was an article which I'm going to read that came out from Daily Mail this morning talking about this, saying that they've accepted the 10 million bid. Since I just hit record, Keith Downey from Sky Sports has now tweeted saying Newcastle have accepted like 8.5 million plus add-ons, so about the 10 million we are talking about here. So let's see what the Mail said, then we're going to get on to what they've also mentioned about being unlikely to sign another right winger this January, which is not what I want to hear. Not what I want to hear at all. By the way, flags are up. They're looking a bit sexy, aren't they? Let us know what you think. Studio is pretty much complete now, I think, before I end up tinkering with it anymore, but I'm liking it, I'm feeling it. I hope you are at home as well. So, Almiron's keen on a return to his former club after 6 years on Tyneside. And there is a bit on Lloyd Kelly as well that we'll mention towards the end of the show. But on this one, regarding Almiron, who is 30 now, you know, he is going to be heading back to America any time now. Could be on a flight tonight, tomorrow, and tying up that deal before the weekend comes. But the main thing is actually to focus on this one is jumping into this. Is jumping into do Newcastle signing right winger this January then? Or are we going to wait for the summer after PSR so we can go all out and get a top target, especially with Jacob Murphy's form? Do we need one right now? There's an argument for both, to be fair. With how well Murphy's playing, there is a thing to say, well, we'll just wait until the summer then. Hopefully Jacob can carry this on for the next few months, see us through. We haven't got Europe or anything. However, if Murphy does get injured, and with Harvey Barnes being injured at the minute, we're double knackered. If Murphy got injured this weekend, or even worse, we'll wait until the end of January, you know, then you've got no right winger. You know, you haven't got Barnes to step in. Who the hell's going to play right wing? You'd have to move Gordon there, I guess. So I suppose that is an option. You know, you can't move Gordon there, but you're then sacrificing the left and how Gordon is there, and you know that's his priority position, what he prefers the most, the best goals you get out of him there is from the left wing. So, yeah, you could move Gordon over. Can you stretch Joe Linton there like we did against Forest away? There is options, but for me, when you look at the Premier League table at the minute, we are 4th, and there's talks of title challenging as well at the minute. Like, we'll get into that at the end of the show. But when you're only, is it 8 or 9 points off Liverpool at the top of the minute? Yes, they've got a game in hand, and I'm not going there, by the way. I'm not saying that we're title challenging, unlike Big Al, who we'll get into in a minute. But in terms of just solidifying your place in the top 4, fighting off your Chelseas and City and anyone else who wants to make a late run for it, then we need to get a right winger in this window because we are only an injury away. And then you start unbalancing the team again. Like I said, if you bring Gordon out, you're not putting people in the right positions exactly. So how is Barnes going to be? When does he actually come back? Is he going to be ready? Is he going to be good enough? So, you know, for me, I would like that right winger this window. And as I've said for loads of transfer windows now, go all out and get Brian Mbeumo. Get Mbeumo back to the tune. I was telling him the same for Newcastle. He had a cheeky smile. He loves it, man. He wants it. So get him. And he will revolutionise our team. He will offer so much and be the perfect puzzle there. Like, I know Murphy's been playing really well, but a front three, we already say we've got the best midfield three in the league, especially on form at the minute. You could arguably have the best front three in the league. Do you know what I mean? And Boom on the right, Isaac down the middle, Gordon on the left. When those are all firing, there is goals galore. And Newcastle are banging the goals now at the minute anyway, scoring 3 at St James's Park for any amount of consecutive games now. I forget what the stat was. But there's several games in a row, I think, is it since Liverpool, that we've scored 3 or more goals in a game. So we're flying there. But just in terms of competitiveness, just in case of giving everyone a boost, freshen things up, going into a busy, competitive last few months of the season, obviously, hopefully, a Carabao Cup final and an FA Cup run. Well, yeah, we need strength in numbers there. We need strength in depth. If there is an injury to Murphy and Barnes is already out, and then, God forbid, Isaac or Gordon took a knock and even missed 2 or 3 games, that could derail the season. So getting him Boom in, or, you know, we're being linked with everyone else, Semenyo, Bakayoko, PSV and that. So I'd be devastated, to be honest. Well, I wouldn't be devastated. But I think we could be missing a trick if we don't get that right winger in. We're inviting a bit of danger and a bit of trouble. You know how I look. So, yeah, I'd be a bit gutted if the Mail are correct in saying that they're unlikely to still go ahead and sign a replacement this window. So that's what the Mail are saying anyways. I'm not sure. I think everything could change. At the minute, it's probably easy to say that, but something might open up. And when you finally do get the 10 million for Almiron and you get wages off the books and maybe sell 1 or 2 more this window, still plenty of time, still a couple weeks left, then things could change. We could see a late move for a right winger, and I really, really hope so. But on another player that might leave, that's kind of looking more unlikely as the days go by now, is Lloyd Kelly to Fenerbahce. Funny enough, The Athletic reporting yesterday that it was £11 million that the bid rejected from the Turkish side was. However, in this Mail article, they're saying it was around the 6 million figure. And movement on that deal is less likely, but then they do kind of cover the backs and say it could still happen. So it depends if Mourinho pushes the vice president of Fenerbahce that bit further to step up their bid and give another few million at least. I reckon it probably will take 12 to 15 million, like I said in yesterday's video. The Kelly deal, I think, is still one to keep an eye on. It's an interesting one, as I said in the videos the other day. You know, PSR-wise, it's brilliant. You know, £0 spent on him, and if you can make 15 million for him, 12 million for him, bonus. He's on huge wages, between 130 to 150 grand a week. So that's a real plus if you get them off. But then again, you would have to spend money in the summer to replace him, or do you promote a youth player? There's things to work out there for Newcastle, but I think we always say about, we're not getting rid of, wouldn't want to say Deadwood in terms of Kelly, because he's only been here a few months and he's still only 25, but you're not getting rid of fringe players, so shall we say, or players that, you know, other teams would move on. Then you have to for PSR and FFP, so we don't have to ultimately sell a Bruno or an Isaac or whatever. So I think, you know, the Kelly one's a deal to keep an eye on, as it's just popped up on my phone there now. Atlanta are in advanced talks to re-sign Newcastle winger Almiron, so more and more is coming out. It's going to happen. It is happening. Wish Miggy all the best. Good farewell, Almiron, and we'll bring you more on that when it is complete. Let's finish off the video on Big Alan Shearer, the Toon legend, was asked on Match of the Day last night, can Newcastle United win the league? Are they in the title race, or is the gap too big? He said no. No, it isn't too big. The gap isn't too big for Newcastle to close because of the form we are in, the defence how solid they are, the midfield is now taken, they've got that right. And if you've got Alexander Isak up front, anything is possible. They can do it with him up top, is what Shearer said. So quite the compliment to Isak that as well, which I'm sure he knows by now how class he is. So listen, big, bold statement from Shearer. I think there was a bit of him at the start of his sentence where he was like, then he went for it. He thought, I'm not going to go for it, but he got reeled right in, and he did commit to that big statement. Listen, I appreciate the courage of saying it, the confidence of saying it from Shearer, and he knows more than me about title races and who's going to win and who could compete, but on my opinion, I just can't see us bridging that gap this season. Imagine if we had started the season with Sandro Tonali in the 6 and things have been clicking, we'd already be there. We'd be right in amongst it. Even a couple of results, West Ham, Brighton at home. We could have been right in the thick of it. But what are we now? 8-9 points off. If Liverpool win their game in hand, then that stretches to 12. And unfortunately, as Newcastle fans, we do realise that a 12-point gap can be closed down, as we did let Manchester United do that back in the 90s. But it would be, different. It would be unassuming to think that's going to happen again, really, for that to take place. Even though Liverpool are faltering, they are drawing games, they're having a bit of off-the-field troubles with the Salah, Van Dijk, and in particular the Trent Alexander-Arnold contracts. So it's not all looking rosy there. Arsenal back on track a bit with that win over Spurs last night. They're only 4 points off now. Again, Liverpool got this game in hand. I look around and I think it would be a perfect opportunity for Newcastle to seize. But I just think it's a little bit too late. If we had an extra 2 games, I think we could do it. If we were the ones that had even 1 game in hand, 2 games in hand, it would be huge. But I just think maybe it's a big ask now, too much of an ask. But listen, we're on 9 wins in a row. And like Shearer said, when Isak's continuing this goal scoring for me, looks like he's going to score every time he steps out on the pitch, then it isn't impossible. But I just think, Liverpool going to drop that many points. Arsenal, have they got it in them? I don't know, on another day, with them teams kind of not hitting the target as well as they should be, then maybe. But listen, obviously, I hope, I pray that we're good. I mean, imagine, it would just be ridiculous. But I'm not as confident as Alan Shearer to say that. But it's not our yet. It's mathematically possible. It's still a chance. We'll have to see how it unfolds. Stranger things have happened. So maybe, but if you had to ask us, to be honest, I would say it just a step too far too soon. But who knows if we signed someone in the window, if we did go out and get an Mbumo, if we did keep on winning games, you never know. The dream's still alive. Let us know what you think. Is that gap too big in the league table, or could Newcastle make a push for the Premier League title this season? Even just suggesting that sounds absolutely mental. Even more so after bloody December, just over a month ago since that Brentford loss, and it was all meltdown city from a lot of people and Eddie Howe out. Now we're time to chase the Premier League leaders. Funny old game football, innit? Madness. Let us know what you think anyway in the comments below, the topics in this video. Thoughts on Almiron, thoughts on who we should get to replace him. Do we need to do it this January? Or are you confident Murphy can lead the line for the next few months on the right wing? Cheers for watching, people. Subscribe to the channel and enjoy yourselves.